So with the design rationale, like with a section in there, it usually has a bit of a like structure to it in the way that we do it. So we have like what it's about, the feature or functionality that that section is about, the overall approach that we're taking, and then some logic and reasoning behind the approach, and any sort of like detailed information that just lets you understand it at a glance or is like deeper references into um, more of the logic and reasoning kind of stuff. So that's the overall structure, document structure that we've used.
So just by looking at it right now, if I was a new designer on a team, having a UI without this would a UI with this, some documentation with this would make my life way much easier, way much easier. So I can try to understand it with actual word. And I found out that your rationale over the time are getting simpler and more even stronger in a way the more you iterate on it. And if you look at your UI and you have this kind of structure around your UI, oh my god, it's helping not just the designer but also the team to everyone want to know the why you did this. Developers love to know why you did this, and if you have this conversation with developers, they will even design it with you a lot better. By the way,
Yeah, because they know where you're coming from.
yeah.
Like they know what the intention is, and they know what you're trying to achieve, and how you decided to do it. Um, and that just helps so much. I've been on teams before, like software suite, where we did like we had to implement a universal navigation to our product that went across the suite, and you would think that would be the simplest thing in the world, like just slap the top bar up there and whatever. But we got it without any documentation. We just got like the beginning of the code, like a thing. Um, Sitting there, oh, what about this case? What about that case? Thinking would happen if this was, the situation. So we just were winging it to the max. Okay.
and and I found it very useful, and we talked about it on Slack as a team, what we do before a call. And sometimes just to understand what's the intent of a call, what you want to share to the team during a meeting, and just looking at this, having what's the feature, what's the approach that you took, what's the logic behind it, and some detailed info. That's just what you need, and now you can talk about it in the team, and you're saving a lot of time.
Big time. Yeah. Yeah. So with this example, we have a specific feature, which is search, let's say. And we want to say, okay, allow users to access search from anywhere. And it's easier. And the reason why we want that is it's easier to get there from, the same place. So basically the flow there is like you're anywhere in the app, you can click the search icon and you can see the search results screen. That's the flow. And so if you just the next one, so we could so this is an in-store inventory ordering system, for example, and maybe you have discussions, you work through things, and you're like, actually, we should have separate search experiences. It is not universal search experience. We need to separate what you search for where. So given, for example, the sales associate will be working with clients, and the clients look over the shoulder and see the orders, product searches will be separated. And so we're kind of hinting in here that there's user testing and stuff that's gone into a bit of this thinking. And this is a new type of experience. So instead, we actually have two flows that are presented instead of one, where you start for customer information and you go to the customer section, versus like order information and you start at a separate page. So they would both render different search results pages.
That's another example. But going back to search, I love when you're starting, with a rationale, and then you evolve it and you talk about it as a team. And somehow, someone is repeating your word, and now the dev team, the product manager is repeating the design rational, and now everybody is sharing the same language and we talk about the same thing. And so having a simple design rational that explains everything, somehow with words, people will get around and we will, have the same point of view because we're using the same, rational to explain, what's the design about. And that's also, again, very powerful.
Yeah, the alignment.
The alignment around the words and the why. Not just the why, but even we have the same, message that we are sharing.